Hi, everybody, and welcome to Fuel Radio. And I just want to welcome my guest today, Jon Bryant. Jon, thanks for joining me.
Yeah, of course, man. Good to be here.
We've just been chatting away. We happen to be long time family friends. You're more a friend of our daughters
Yeah.
than us, but
Oh, I wouldn't say that. We're friends too, Ron.
yeah, it sounds like every time you drop by Toronto, you guys hang out a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always good
Yeah,
to see Jess. Yeah.
yeah, right on.
Yeah, man.
I was just before we got on, I was asking you to describe your genre of music, and I know I don't want to put you in a box, and I know you're always evolving and stuff like that, but
hmm
how would you describe your music?
Uh, it's funny. I just kind of told you what I think it is, but it's
A
always,
different answer is fine. nobody
yeah.
heard nobody heard that other answer. That's
I guess it'd be like a folk pop or an indie pop to distill it down to like one sort of blanket genre
Yeah,
in the folk pop, indie pop category, I think. Yeah.
yeah. I told you before we got on, I have heard a couple of your songs. I think it's At Home, it's called.
Yeah.
On some of those, there's a couple of folk compilations, and I really like that type of music and where
Yeah.
that's going. And yeah, it's I mean, it's cool to see you on or hear you on there, and
Yeah, man.
it's really enjoyable music to play. I love playing it while I work and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And
That's good.
yeah,
Man.
and we were also discussing what it's like to be on those things, and they contact you, and there may be a bit of a contract, but
Yeah, I think they just need like a permission to post it, and I'm not going to come after them later if
yeah,
it gets a billion views. I'm not like
yeah,
asking for money.
yeah.
Yeah,
Not a huge moneymaker though.
no, I haven't seen a cent from any real playlist except Spotify or anything that. Well, I guess YouTube. It might be generating some income, but I don't see it. My label collects all that and
Yeah.
holds on to it for me.
I
As
hear
artists
I
do.
hear some people complaining about COVID talk. They're tired of it.
Yeah,
I was looking at the comments of one podcast where someone commented and said, "Oh, thank you for not talking about COVID." But
yeah.
I do have to ask you because it's so difficult, as I think from what I hear and talking to other artists and musicians in particular, that the
Mhm.
way the music industry's gone, it's hard to make a living at it if you're not touring. And you're a prolific tourer, wouldn't you say? Like
Sure.
you tour a lot.
Yeah,
Tourer.
I'm a
Yeah.
tourer.
What,
Yeah,
what's what's that been like for you?
well, it's at first it was a bit of a bummer because I canceled a tour. It was supposed
Oh
to be in
yeah.
April, and it was going through Europe. So that was too bad. We had just done a tour in November through Europe, and we had a lot of good momentum going back. So that was, yeah, it was disappointing. We rescheduled it to October, and then now we've rescheduled it to March 2021. So
Okay.
so it doesn't look like any live in-person shows will be happening, at least in venues like
Yeah.
bars or theaters. Won't be happening until 2021.
Right.
There's a possibility that like backyard shows could happen, but
Yeah.
even then, it's like it's a risk because you could plan it all, and then a second wave or something like that could hit,
Sure.
and
Yeah.
those plans get canned.
Especially
But
if you have to travel for it. Hey, like that would be
oh
kind of
yeah, if you're in the middle of a tour and you had to drive
yeah.
back to the U.S. Yeah, but it does suck, and it's a big hit to income. But at
Yeah.
the same time, it afforded me so much time to write. So I
Right.
started writing a song a day, and
Wow.
I capped it at 50 days. So I did a song a day for 50 days straight, and I've, I've curated and like put together, I'd say about 26 songs that I love, uh, which is about 2 albums worth, maybe three if I really wanted to spread it out.
Oh, that's incredible.
It's exciting, yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't know what to do, like maybe do a double album.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I got 26 songs now. I have 50, really. 50 that are pretty good, and then 26 that I'm like, absolutely, this one has to be released. So, yeah.
That's exciting. So do you feel like just being able to slow down and get off the road kind of opened up some space for you, some creative space for you?
Yeah. Yeah. Like I started reading books again. And
Yeah.
I, when I'm on the road, I just don't have time. You get out of any routine when you're on the road. So
Yeah.
I started getting into real strict routines. When you're writing a song a day, you kind of have to stick to a time schedule. And so I just moved things around that were important to me. Like I started doing French again. I started learning French again. Took some classes. I'm taking a class now. Reading, writing in a journal every day, meditating every day, and running. I go running and biking all the time.
Oh, wow.
So it's like both active and brain stimulating activities that I'm trying to get doing more of.
Well, you've been at this for a while. I mean, how long has it been since you've had that kind of a routine in your life?
I'd say 10 years.
Yeah.
10 years that I haven't been touring for like 6 months. Usually I tour every 3 months or so.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's weird.
You've been super consistent at putting out music and going on tour and
yeah. I've tried to keep it coming. Yeah.
How do you find it being on the road? Like, it seems like something that people either love or hate. There's kind of no
I love
between. You love it, yeah?
I love it, yeah. Even if it's in like countries or places I don't really love a lot, there's still like there's an energy about touring that I need more of. And I never feel like I get enough. I get home and I'm happy to be home, after a big tour, but
yeah,
there comes a point where I just become restless and I feel that itch to get back out. Yeah.
Oh wow, yeah. So you're like a road warrior. You like you like to be on the road.
Road dog.
A road dog.
Yeah.
And you were and we won't worry about the siren. There you go.
Yeah. There might be a few more. I live right on a busy intersection. 1 second.
There we go. We get them here. We're across the street from or a couple blocks away from a fire hall. So.
Oh yeah.
And it regularly interrupts my podcasting, but.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's raw.
And you've toured in Europe as well. Hey, what other countries or continents have you been on besides North America?
Well, I've played in Singapore, played in Australia, played in the US. I haven't been in South America, but there's countries that are popping up on Spotify as being big listenership.
Oh yeah.
Region, and 2 of them are Brazil and Turkey. Turkey being the most. That's my biggest audience in the world right now.
Wow.
Is out of
Turkey. That's crazy. Yeah.
It's very odd.
Yeah.
I don't know how that happens, but it's like an algorithm.
Yeah.
Mystery with Spotify, and then Brazil. So South America and parts of the Middle East are like starting to pop up as being hotspots. So yeah, it's really exciting.
That's neat that you have that data now, right? So you can tell where your listeners are coming from. I can't remember. I was talking to another artist who said, "Yeah, I'm really big in the Ukraine or something."
Yeah.
They had no idea why, but
yeah, you don't know. Well, I think what happened was I just got put on a big playlist that was out of Turkey.
Oh, okay.
It was named something in Turkish, and so it was doing well there. And 2 of my songs were on their playlist. It's been good for like a year and a half, I think, since those songs came out. Yeah, Turkey's been number 1.
Yeah.
I love it.
So, like when you travel, what's the process for deciding where you go? Like, do you just you see, I'm getting a lot of plays, and you said you were in France before we got on. So
yeah.
Did you recognize that your music's being played quite a bit there, and so you just, hey, let's go to Europe? And is that kind of the process?
Well, I was opening for another band.
Okay.
Band called Radical Phase.
Okay.
They're out of LA, and so I was opening for them through Europe, and the biggest country in Europe is Germany and Italy and France. So we had good traction in those countries, and those are the ones we were going to go back to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice places to go, hey?
Yeah, yeah. It's
Did you
beautiful,
enjoy it there? Did you
beautiful
enjoy
city.
playing music there?
Oh, it was amazing. Yeah. Well, they
Yeah.
were, because we're opening for a big band. They
Okay.
do really well over in Europe. All the shows were pretty well sold out.
Oh, nice.
Some of them were 1,000, 1,200 capacity. So it
Yeah.
was a good exposure to and the nice thing about Radical Face is their audience is such a music centric. Like it's all about the music and the songwriting, and there's no fluff. I don't know. It's
Oh,
just
yeah.
they're music lovers. So it was good to play for them
Yeah.
and get love from them. So yeah.
It's probably kind of next level, I would imagine. Hey, like you feel like I know I've seen you in a couple different places.
Hmm.
One was in a coffee shop. We actually did a house concert at our place. I don't remember if you remember that.
Oh, I remember.
We had, yeah.
I remember.
I think we had like 7 people or
It's
something.
2009.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was my first tour ever.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. It was
Wow.
my one, the first one across Canada that I did.
Yeah.
In
I
2000, no,
felt so bad
2010.
because we didn't it didn't have much of an audience for you, but
That was fun. I was just happy to play.
yeah.
I was getting experience. Yeah,
Yeah.
so it was fun though. It's good to hang with you guys.
So
Yeah.
just sort of one origin story question, like when did you first really get into music and take and when did it first maybe become aware of you that or aware to you that you uh, could record and would like to record? What were your early days like?
Early days were I was going to art school, and I was I was just diving into all sorts of what's the word, arts uh, mediums. So I was
Okay,
doing
mediums,
painting, I was
yeah.
doing sculpting,
Yeah.
and woodworking, and all these different artistic kind of practices. And then as I was doing that, I was also songwriting and taking creative writing classes and playing music just on my own. And then suddenly that started to stem into me staying after hours at school in the pottery studio, and like writing songs upstairs and in this
Mm.
big empty studio at like 12 o'clock at night. They just let me stay and gave me the keys, and
Yeah.
it was really cool to have that experience. And then when I had written those songs, I said I played them, I think, for a friend of mine, and he said he'd love to record me. So we
Wow.
did that. We did this little demo uh, mixtape of my
Yeah.
like 4 or 5 songs, and then I put them on MySpace in 2010.
MySpace.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Yeah.
dating itself.
Yeah. But
But
MySpace was the place to be for as much as we joke about it now
for a
for
good 5 or 6
musicians.
years,
Yeah,
it
if you were a musician, you wanted to be on MySpace. Yeah.
it was a place to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I put them on MySpace, and then a friend of mine from high school heard them, and he he wrote me and just said, "Hey, I'd love to record you in a studio, get these songs a little more like dialed in, because they were pretty rough. I did
Mm.
all 4 in a night,
Yeah.
like one take, um, and uh, and so I flew it to Calgary, and we had studio access for free. I mean,
Yeah.
he really wanted to work on a record, and I really wanted to make a record, and then made the record and put it out on Apple, and then Apple picked it up as like a singer-songwriter album one of the albums of the year. Like,
Wow. Awesome.
I think it got singer-songwriter album of the year in 2010.
Right on.
Yeah, and then a single of the week, and so that just like that got the wheels going with the career and
Yeah.
touring, and that's when I came out to play at your house.
What was the most popular song off that first album?
There's a song called "Death," I think.
Death.
Would
Okay.
be Death.
Deaf. DEAF.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
I'm sure I remember it. I mean, that was back in the days where we still bought CDs.
Mhm.
I mean, you mentioned Apple Music, but it was still just sort of
Yeah, people
coming
were
on
still
the scene.
buying the digital albums
Yeah, and it was
before streaming.
I think back in those days it was like if you liked or this is how I worked. If I liked something, we would play it over and over again. And your CD was one of the ones that got played over and over again in the car. We loved it. It was
Nice.
great. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it was a fun one.
Yeah.
It was a good introduction to music, to the music industry for me.
Was that the song? That was the album Hallelujah was on there, I think.
Yeah,
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 that's a
yeah.
really cool song. A little
Those
snippet of
songs,
Billy Graham.
yeah, I know, right? Those songs still get requested
Do they?
every show, like Hallelujah and Seattle. And,
Yeah, Seattle, exactly.
yeah.
Well, being from the Pacific Northwest and my wife
Mhm.
Kathleen being from Seattle, we appreciate that song too.
Yeah, man.
What do you say? 265 days of rain or something?
The rain falls
Two,
265 days a year, something like
yeah.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, man.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to try and play just one song here off of YouTube. And this is
Okay.
always, and then we'll come back to our conversation. This is always a bit of an adventure, but let's give it a try. I don't have a switcher or a producer, so we do what we can.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. No worries. No pressure. I got a squeak chair. I'm gonna change my chair. One second.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm playing. We're going to make sure we share the audio. So this is at home with the burning bush.
Yes.
Here we go. You can tell us about it afterwards. We'll play
Sure.
it first.
We were born into a world on fire. But I know that we were meant to be. When the smoke and flames build up too high, you're always there for me. You clear the air I breathe. You make me feel at home. You make me feel at home. This love it grows no matter where we go. You make me feel at home. We have known this world in times apart. And you're in all my favorite memories.
Is that John? Is that the official video, or is that
That's all we put out. We didn't do a
that's all
music
you did?
video.
Okay,
That's-
cool. Yeah, that actress she's in a couple of your other videos too, isn't she? Somebody that you work with,
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
regularly. Yeah.
Yeah, we live together too and
Okay.
share a bed as well.
so so
Yeah.
you're pretty familiar with her. That's cool.
Yeah, I feel like I know her pretty well now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah. Yeah, she's my model of choice for sure.
That's
Yeah.
nice when you live with someone that can do that kind of stuff for you.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, I really like that song. I like the feel of it, and the feeling I get from it is just somebody that you're really comfortable with, right? And
Mhm.
whether you're on the road or you're at home, it's someone that you're. Is that sort of what you're trying to convey there?
Yeah, yeah. It's just about being apart for a period of time, and then the moments before coming back home that it's sort of inspired by. Makes me think of, at least. Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was thinking about this interview today. I was thinking, I think the last time I saw you was when you were in you did the Peak Performance project.
Wow,
I saw
yeah.
you downtown in Vancouver. That was
Yeah.
a while ago too, eh?
That would have been 2014.
2014, yeah.
A while ago for sure.
What was that
Yeah.
experience like? I don't think they do it anymore, and they've changed their format and everything, but what was that experience like?
It was I don't know. It didn't really move the needle for me at all.
Yeah.
I don't think. I mean, that again. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I think there was some good traction that we got from people being at the show, the big show at the end. But I didn't go on to get even into the top like 4, I think.
Right.
So it didn't really, it didn't change much for me. And I don't. Then again, yeah, maybe it did. I don't know. I don't want to give it too much credit, but I did meet some great people for sure.
Yeah, neat.
It was good. Yeah.
Don't you find, I mean, doing those kinds of things they always kind of move the needle ahead. Like sometimes it's the people that you meet,
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
Yeah,
in
actually,
terms of, yeah.
One of the people, she's a music supervisor for some TV shows, and she just gave me a sync for a TV show. So
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I guess it did help.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I know in business, like when there's in the past, I've had to go to trade shows or do networking stuff, and it's like, oh, this didn't do anything, it didn't,
Yeah.
like you say, it didn't move the needle, but and when I get that sense when I'm in those environments, I just go, okay, well, who can I meet? Like I'll go and meet the other vendors, and
Yeah.
often it's those types of conversations that really move things ahead,
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You never know what's going to happen when you meet somebody in this industry.
Yeah.
It's happened twice that I've met somebody, and 7 years later they get me a big,
Yeah.
deal
7
or
years
sync, or opportunity. So yeah, you never know. Yeah.
I've seen that you've done some. One you called it a self quarantine concert.
Oh, yeah.
It seems like initially, a lot of musicians were like all over the internet doing home concerts. It's slowed down a little bit, I think.
Oh yeah, we're so tired of it. We never enjoyed it.
No, it didn't. It seems like it'd be a different. You're not getting audience feedback, and I mean,
Yeah.
you might be in the comments and stuff like that, but you didn't. Why didn't you enjoy it? What was it about that you didn't enjoy?
Oh, it's just the barrier.
Yeah.
I like playing I have a Patreon account, and I like playing for my patrons because
Okay.
I don't know, it's a bit more of a dialogue, but playing like on an Instagram Live or something like that. There were a few like accounts there was like an Australian account that got me to play, and there was some, and you just never know who's gonna come on, and some people
Yeah.
make rude comments, and it's just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I don't need this. I can
Yeah.
do way better things with my time than
Yeah.
playing in front of a screen.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
You. I guess you open yourself up to the inevitable internet trolls that just.
Yeah, the trolls are out there, man. They'll find you. So yeah, I try to limit. I'm gonna do a live series of shows 4 different parts of the world. I'll probably do like 3 or 4, three or 4 over the course of 4 days, and just
Okay.
promote them and try to curate them to make them a little more interactive and sound good, look good, feel good.
Yeah.
But there's only so much you can do.
Yeah. I noticed that. I mean, we tried to put one on with Ari Neufeld, and we did it on Zoom, and the Zoom automatically sort of cancels out any additional noise or whatever.
Right.
It was terrible. I felt
Yeah.
so bad for Ari because we just didn't we didn't represent him well.
Sure. Yeah. It's not a great medium.
But I think more and more musicians are getting it figured out, like the
Yeah.
type of mic to use and all
Yeah.
of that kind of stuff.
Yeah. There are some things to make it sound good, but it'll never come close to live.
Yeah.
Not even
Yeah.
close.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and being there live, and exactly. Yeah.
The energy and all that.
Yeah.
Very important. Yeah.
Yeah. I saw that on Facebook you put it out there. What were people thinking about house concerts, and how would that work? What was the feedback, and what are your thoughts on that?
Most people were pretty supportive of the idea, and then there were a few people that were like, "We'd love that to happen. We just don't want you to get stuck with a tour that gets canceled because of another wave of coronavirus." So
yeah,
there's a way to do it, and I don't know. A friend of mine is going to do one throughout Western Canada. He was going to tell me how that's going to go. So, or
okay,
how
cool.
that will go. And,
Yeah.
And then I'll kind of base my decision off of how he reports back. So we'll see what happens.
Right on.
Yeah.
So you have a song coming out on August 7th called "I Don't Know."
Yeah.
You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, sure. It's my summer song of 2020, and it's a feel good banger. And
a bit more,
I don't know,
kind of upbeat song, like
it
a
is,
banger,
yeah,
like lots of rhythm
it's an upbeat, fun song,
Yeah.
and but it's really it's just about the simple kind of like joys of spending your life with somebody, and the little things that kind of make your life better because of that they're being present in your life. Yeah, it's really simple. It's like a simple concept. I don't know how I could live without you. I don't know what I'd do. I don't know the kind of person I'd be, the kind of man I'd be without somebody like you in my life. So that's central to the song for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you weren't doing music, what would you be doing, Jon?
I don't know. I was actually right before this. So I got a design degree in art school, finished design degree. Right before this interview, I was downstairs. I live above a consignment store, and they're struggling right now. They're not doing so good. And they were asking me, I told them I was a designer. And, I went through 4 years of education, and if they ever have any questions, let me know. And then they started asking me questions about how I would lay out the store, how I would place items, and what items to place.
Oh, yeah.
So it's just giving them all these like ideas about how to make their store more appealing. So like that's probably what I would be doing, is designing spaces or graphic design, product design, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just love that the process of it all.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, it's hard to know, but do you see yourself continuing down this road as a musician for quite a while? Is this kind of your life choice, unless something else comes up along your way?
Yeah, I think for now it is. I do some acting, I do some voiceover work.
Oh, do you? Cool.
Yeah, just and it's great because during during this season of life, it's one of those things you can do at home, and you don't have to leave your house. And people are wanting more online marketing, online commercials. So, they're still making those, and they're still giving me auditions. So that's been good. But but to answer your question about music, I think for now, music is going well. I just signed a publishing deal and I've been writing a ton. I think I have some really strong material coming out in the next year and a half. Looks like I have enough for 2 albums, so
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep putting music out. My label's happy. I'm happy.
Good. Yeah, good.
And it's growing. You know, we're seeing bumps in listenership in lots of regions that we really want to hit. So, so yeah, I think I got a few more years left. We'll see. I don't know when I'd quit. It'd be tough. It'd be weird to not play music. Yeah, maybe there'll be a time when I stop, when I try something different. Yeah.
You seem to be happy. You seem to be in a real groove. Like you're.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't really do too well with stress. So yeah, I've been just been trying to keep a level head and stay creative and stay active. Yeah.
Do you think you'll look back on this time of the virus and having to self-isolate as a good period in your life? It sounds like you've been pretty productive, if that's a qualifier.
Yeah. No, I think I will look back as already, just with the 50 songs I wrote. I'll look back on this time as the good old days at some point. Even though we were going through a pandemic,
yeah,
I was able to be incredibly productive at the time. So it was forced. You know, I don't know if I could do it without it. So in a way, the pandemic gave me that opportunity to freely create and not be distracted.
Yeah. Right on. Well, I thought we'd try another song here. We'll just finish up with this, and then we'll say goodbye, and we'll let people know where they can reach you. I really appreciate you taking the time out today.
Sure, man. Yeah.
And we'll play Party here.
All right.
Maybe just tell us a bit about the song before we get into it. Well, I try and fumble around and find it and get it going.
Oh, sure. Well, it's a song that I wrote in Los Angeles. I'd been there for, I'd say, about a month or just under a month, and I'd just been to a few parties in that city and seen kind of the way LA swallows people whole and can kind of keep you in a state of arrested development and
okay.
Yeah, and just delayed or what is it? In a state of adolescence for a long period of time. So when you're in that and you see kind of the life that some people live, there's a draw to it because I love the idea of staying young, but I also I don't know, it's just a bit of a critique on that life or that lifestyle maybe. But it's not a hit I'm not dissing it. I just had thouts about it. So yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Thanks for sharing that. Like, having watched the video already, now it makes more sense to me. So
yeah, there's just an allurement with LA and the scene.
Yeah.
And it's hard not to get wrapped up in it. So yeah.
Right. Yeah. And then at the end, it seems like you sort of have an epiphany. Not to give it away, but yeah, we'll let people watch and we'll.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
Here we go.
Is there anyone out tonight looking for a place to hide? Did you travel so far from grace and forget where you started? Are you so content, never satisfied? Did you give consent on a bed of lies? Will you never have to leave this party? No, you never have to feel discarded. That part of me is a part of you, but just imagine what the drugs can do. to feel discarded. That part of me is a part of you. But just imagine what the drugs can do with you. You never have to leave this party.
Cool.
Nice. I haven't seen that video in a long time.
Oh, there you go.
I forgot how good it is.
Is that
It
your
was-
girlfriend again?
No, that's not. My wife was out of town
Your wife, okay.
at the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we had to get another lady. But
She looks a little bit similar to her.
yeah.
Yeah.
She did great too. She was wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I like how that video, it really does tell a story. And
Yeah.
yeah. Did you shoot it? Where did you shoot that?
Just here in Vancouver.
Vancouver, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're telling an LA story in
In
Vancouver.
Vancouver. Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
happens a lot these days with our film industry.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a hot spot. Yeah.
What was your experience like in LA? You mentioned it a little bit, but there was
Mhm.
obviously something about it where you felt there's probably an allure to it, but you kind of saw that it wasn't maybe not necessarily for you, or there's a aspect of it where you didn't want to get caught up in what was going on, or certain parts of what was going on.
Yeah. It was. Well, I got thrown into some pretty fun circles and some really nice folks, and then conversely, there were some like nights where you'd meet groups of people or people that I didn't jive well with, and it was uncomfortable at times. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, but all in all, I think what I love about LA is just the diversity of people and ideas and creativity is so rich there. So
Yeah.
yeah, I gained a lot going and met a lot of wonderful people for sure. Mostly wonderful people. I have many bad experiences. So yeah.
I think that's what people find in larger cities. Hey, don't you? Like, that's why Jessica loves Toronto. Is it's just so culturally diverse. It seems like the smaller the town, you know, there's maybe one or two sort of people groups in a small town. But,
Yeah.
you know, when you live even in Vancouver, I usually think of food.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of food that you can
The food game.
experience, and really, there's all kinds of music and entertainment as well. You don't have to.
Yeah. There's a bit of everything for everyone. You can't go too far without hitting, like, especially in my neighborhood, like 5 amazing restaurants in any direction. There's just so much to eat and lots of great little hangout spots. Yeah. It's a fun city, and the beach is just down the road. So.
Oh, right on. Sounds like
Can't
you're in a
complain.
great location. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
Good. Well,
Mhm.
thanks again for joining me today. I appreciate it. And
Mhm.
so that the song,
I don't know how.
I don't know how.
Yeah.
is coming out August 7th.
Yeah,
And,
I think it's
so
August 7th. It's a Friday.
People, yeah. Okay. And people can look forward to that. And we'll have a lot of the things we referred to in our show notes. And we'll also do a Facebook watch party. I find a lot of people join in and make comments and stuff when we do that. And where can people find you? Like, I found, you're on Instagram, you're on Facebook, you're on YouTube.
I was on TikTok, but I
TikTok.
I deleted it. Yeah.
Oh, you did, huh?
Yeah. Well, I didn't want the Chinese government knowing everything I'm doing.
You didn't want
And it's just too much. No, the real reason is I don't want to spend too much time on Instagram or any social platform. I'm really bad with Instagram.
Oh yeah.
And that's my main kind of social media outlet. So
Sure.
I just can't add any more. It's gonna be Instagram, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to keep up with, and it can be a little soul sucking.
Yeah. It robs you of creativity and dopamine and all the kind of chemicals in your brain that are creative. It eats that up. So I got to be covetous with that and keep it to myself and use it for good. Use it for songs.
Oh, that's an interesting perspective. So you find it robs you a little bit of the creative process.
Yeah, it's a distraction, and I'm so ADD that I can't effectively write if I'm on any device. So I have to put my phone in another room. I have to turn my computer off if I want to get any real work done. Yeah.
So what is the best place to reach you or get a hold of you for people that want information?
Email is probably the best.
Okay. Right on.
JonBryantMusic@gmail.com.
Okay.
I also have an Instagram, and I usually respond to everybody on that too. You can email me or Instagram me, or or you can see me at Kitsilano Beach. I usually go every night. I sit on the beach and just watch the sunset.
Right on. Do you have someone who does your booking and stuff like that?
Yeah, I have a booking agent in Europe and Canada. They're on my website if anyone wants to book me. But
right on.
I don't know when that would be.
Okay.
With the current state. All right, dude.
Take care.
Yeah, we'll see you again soon. I hope.
Great catching up with you.
Yeah, man. Likewise.